going to win this draft here. Yep, so Vox will be banned. Grace is going to be banned here, so that leaves Lyra open. But sometimes EU likes to pick Arden first. So let's see if they're going to pick that Arden first. But it said go right straight for the Baptiste, because actually it counters SK, because I love those melee heroes.
Yeah, and SK is one of the few teams where I'm okay with them putting the emphasis on the Arden first, just because Raph has looked so good with this Arden. SK have been undefeated on the Arden as well. So Baron finally going to come through here for a priority pick.
We have a EU Baron first pick, and we saw Kvalifar yesterday going absolutely
he did
ballistic.
So well on it. Yeah, so they should ban Lyra here, not give Lyra over to SK, because Lyra Baron is such a strong combo. Idris is such a smart ban from SK here. That's a really good ban because Idris is so good into Baron. So now Dynasty needs to play a melee hero, so potentially like a Black Feather. But now they left Lyra open, so Lyra will probably be picked up by SK here, if not Arden. And again, you know, I like that SK plays more the NA meta, EA meta. Lyra is prioritized over Arden here in this instance. So now Dynasty will have that the Arden option, or they can run a Captain Baptiste here against this Baron pick. But they need someone melee that can get onto this Baron, or they need to play the range game and outrange him.
So the Lyra locked in. We didn't see any Lyra last series, whether it was picks or bans, but SK, knowing the power of that, knowing the synergy it can have alongside a Baron. Black Feather is going to be the lock-in on the side of Dynasty, though, and that could mean that this is a Captain Baptiste, but again, just like last series, those two picks can be flexible.
Yeah, the Baptiste can do either jungle or captain, whereas Black Feather it can be perfectly fine in the lane or the jungle. I do like the Black Feather because you do need someone who can get onto the Baron and can follow him through even after he uses jump jets, but I feel like just the Black Feather alone will not be enough.
Yeah,
look at the kill participation as well. 92.9% for Riku Meza. That is insanely high.
Yeah, I think Arden makes good sense here because Arden can Vanguard onto the Black Feather. Although Lyra does counter, so they need a way to bait out that Bulwark before they engage onto the Baron. So Arden might be a good option here, or run a Captain Baptiste if they do know how to run the Echo Fearsome Shade combination that we see, you know, NA teams like Nova run. So that could work as well, because that's like almost a 3-second stun of fear if you echo that Fearsome Shade. So let's see what Dynasty's going to decide here. They have 3 seconds left, and they're going with a Grumpjaw. So this might be a potential...
This is hard to draft against, right? Because there's a lot of different ways that you can play this comp.
Yeah, this is an extremely flexible composition. All of them can kind of go into multiple roles. So I actually really like that from Dynasty. It's a situation where they can say, okay, let's see what their last pick is, and then decide where we want to put everyone.
SK can run Rhyme, though. Rhyme is going to be really good in this competition. It's triple melee, and Rhyme is just going to completely shut that down with Baron's AoE damage and Rhyme's AoE damage. That's going to completely shut down Dynasty's composition if they decide to opt for the old man Rhyme here. Other options they may consider here could be, for example, CP Glaive to Pew for Baron, but I don't think that's going to be that good into the composition that Dynasty has. So Rhyme or Sky might be the best options here for SK. But I think Rhyme is the best choice right now.
Rhyme's still repping that 100% win rate as well. He's been doing phenomenally so far. We'll see if SK are willing to go for that. It's definitely a pick that, you know, a lot of players don't regularly play. It's not something that you can kind of just blind pick a lot in solo queue or anything like that.
Yeah, you have to have experience on the Rhyme before you go ahead and try and lock it in.
Oh,
and it's going to be an alpha. Also is pretty good into multiple melee heroes, but
it's not had a lot of success so
far. It's 0-4. It's still 0-4.
Yeah.
Let's see if SK can make it that 1-4.
We talked about this in the opening segment of today. We'll see whether Tyras can have a little bit more success on this alpha than what we've seen so far in the Vainglory. How are we feeling about the compositions then? What are the win conditions for these two teams, Suijay?
Yeah, Black Feather needs to get on Baron. They need to ignore the alpha and just kill Baron. If they do that, then they can win. However, Baron Lyra is just so strong. Like, you have to get mortal wounds on them, and Baron can jump away. Lyra can like bulwark. So I'm still liking the draft from SK here. So I think SK will take it away.
Okay. Yeah, SK have a ton of AoE, and the members of Dynasty are very likely to be grouped up close together, and that's going to create situations where Alpha can do a ton of damage, whether it's with Prime Directives or Termination Protocol. So I'm actually going to be leaning a bit towards SK as well.
Okay, well, we'll see if that is going to be the case. SK definitely with a heavy AoE composition. Can they finally get Alpha her first win here in the Vainglory 8? That's going to be the question on everybody's lips, but a good amount of pick potential coming out from their opponents. We'll see if Dynasty have what it takes. It's time to get onto the Halcyon Fold. Hashtag Vainglory 8 is how you can let us know whether you're an SK fan or a Dynasty fan, but it's time to jump into our second semi-final.
Hey guys, and welcome to Game 1 between Dynasty and SK Gaming. I'm Humanist, and I'm here with Xingyi in this wonderful best-of-3 series. Xingyi, how you feeling?
The battle for the Halcyon
Alpha.
Fold has begun.
You know, we saw an Alpha yesterday. We did see an Alpha yesterday. I think Fnatic and... Who was Fnatic playing against yesterday? How have I forgotten already?
I remember there was a Sky.
Fnatic and G2, that was it. That was
Yeah.
it. G2 played this Alpha, and it, you know, in principle it should have worked. It didn't. But I feel like Tyra's going onto that Baptiste and going onto that Black Feather. I think there's a lot of potential. I don't think he will certainly lack the aggression that was needed yesterday. And it's gonna be an interesting series. It's been a long start so far.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting series. Of course, this is Tyrus on this Alpha, you know? This is quite the player. He should be able to, I think, make a little bit more proper decisions as far as when to engage. Plus, being backed up by the Baron is pretty good stuff as far as their overall synergy and how they look to accomplish team fights.
That is very, very true. And actually, we see the use of minion candies already in the lane. I like that coming out from Dynasty Gaming. Dynasty had a very strong performance yesterday. I feel like they looked really on point. The analyst desk said this themselves. Whenever Mowgli tweets about it, they really just bring their A game. And has he tweeted today? I feel like he has tweeted today. So maybe
He should tweet every day then.
He should tweet every single day.
That's how it works. Unless I misunderstood it.
That's how it's gonna work. Looking at the combination from Dynasty Gaming, I think once we get to the late game, there's a lot of fun potential to be had with this composition, especially with that stuffed, and then with that ordained ability. And if they can get Kivalfar in that stuffed, and then throw him into ordained, it's a very easy way to pin him down. But of course, Baron, once we get to the late game, incredibly long range with the Porcupine Mortars, and then also you have this unkillable Tyra's Wrath combination at the front line there as well. So there's a lot of fun to be had with both of these compositions. I'm not sure fun's the right word for this.
No, that's like literally the perfect word, I do believe. It's going to be really fun once these fights kick off. I mean, we're going to have Baron looking to just melt people's health bars. The Lyra controlling fights, boosting her allies, a little heal and some move speed. A clean arcane passage through some of these fights could be really troll. Especially, could you imagine, like, okay, Mowgli, like, he jumps in, he's stuffed, he goes, eats somebody, tries to run back. You just portal right in front of him and suck him back onto your own turret.
And you're like, no.
There you go. This
is my game. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of fun trolling. Can we even say that? No, there's a lot of fun to be had with this one. I'm expecting a slow start again. This is the way that Europe have been favoring so far, and especially with this Black Feather in lane, this Black Feather Baron matchup in lane. I'm certainly not expecting too much aggression coming up from the lane, but in the jungle, I think that's a different ball game there, especially with this Grump Jaw Baptiste going into this Alpha Lyra.
Mowgli's like, can't fail any gauntlets if I don't pick Arden. Am I right? Grabs himself the Grumpjaw here, and we'll see what he can do. Level 3, progressing pretty much in par. Currently, PT Lamb sitting on level 3 as well. He's going to go and port back, heal up all the way, grab himself an item or two, and get back out in the lane. Barb Needle, Blazing Salvo. It's going to be just what the doctor ordered, so to speak, Xingyi.
I did not order anything like that. It's a pretty standard start. We're going for that Poison Shiv first. I do like the Poison Shiv, Serpent's Mask, then Breaking Point there as kind of the final item build there. Oh, hang on, Ordain gets thrown out.
We're playing games in the jungle! Mowgli's on the front side for his team. PT Lamb jumps into Cave Volitor, but it's Tyrus who comes in for the kill to Mowgli. Now PT Lamb on the run as Tyrus chases forward. A big bad mojo will hit him. And this should be SK looking to disengage. They jump forward. They're going to be able to take the fronts. I don't know if they go to take the mids here.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. Wrath moving forward. They got a zone Rikubez, and Rikubez is gonna take it. He just wasted approximately 15 seconds of your time. Team, that is efficiency, and SK also failing to clear the scout trap and then left Tri-Brush. That's a big fail.
Yes. It's a pretty standard spot for a scout trap to be placed. But I'm sure that a flare will be thrown out later by Raph and that will be picked up on. You know, one thing looking at SK's composition is that there's so much stickiness to be had there with everyone on their side. So you've got the slow coming out from the Alpha whenever she uses her Prime Directive. You also have the Porcupine Mortars with has the splash damage. It also slows as well. And especially once he really ramps up the weapon damage, that slow is going to be very detrimental and very slow there for Dynasty Gaming. And then you've also got the slow coming out from Lyra's basic attacks. From I think the second attack for the Principal Arcanum. So it's going to be very easy for Tyrus to be sticking onto an ideal target. And Dynasty Gaming, they're really going to have invest a lot in picking up that kind of Aegis there against Tyrus, who'll be frontlining the damage. And as well, a Metal Jacket there. We're going to Kvalifar on that Baron.
Can they afford to build offense then?
PT Lamb can. PT Lamb certainly can.
Yeah, of course he can. I just kind of tease against the Baron, of course. Oh, Raph with that Bright Bulwark. Very threatening Bright Bulwark there. Coming out defensively like a porcupine, popping its quills out as he feels threatened. Tyrus is going to jump forward. A couple attacks going to come out. PT Lamb doesn't really care. He just needs some last hits. He regens right back up. Also pops his potion. He's going to be just fine. Looks like they will drop to the shop and then make their way back up into the lane. Kvalifar continues to shove this lane out, and he'll probably make a very similar rotation as soon as he gets this next last hit, I would imagine.
The Poison Shiv comes out from PT Lamb already. Kvalifar, he's got the early tension bow. He's going back, probably just go invest that heavy steel, which he's just picked up right on time. And Tyrus, he's also got the Aftershock as well. So there's like major power spikes coming out from SK Gaming right now as they're facing the Dynasty. As for Dynasty, there's a few minutes to go before they kind of reach their power spikes. PT Lamb, you kind of want to see him picking up a kind of first tier 3 defense item. I would like to see, I guess, a Metal Jacket coming out. Just because I'm not sure if they can dive onto Kvalifar the way they want to. Mowgli, a little bit off from hitting level 6 and getting that stuffed ability, which is when I feel Dynasty Gaming will be making moves, just picking up a team fight.
Oh man, that's so troll. If you just you drop someone back off the stuffed and then just fearsome shade them further under your own turret, that could be pretty fun to watch. Prime Directive in, Tyrus on the front side. He's got that sigil there, so he'll just stand his ground. Kvalifar doing a good job to get damage out from the backs to the side of that fight. Very well protected by his team overall. You see continuously PT Lamb throwing the on points, trying to connect to Rika Meza, continuously throws the bad mojos as well. Like to mention, there is a scout trap in this top brush that Dynasty put down very early, and it's just been there the whole time. And a couple times Kvalifar has, stepped up into that brush where you have to imagine he thinks he's out of vision, but that could come back to bite him pretty soon.
Well, the vision game is strong coming up from Mowgli. He's placed, I think, a really nice line of scout traps there, so we can see if there's going to be any jungle invasions coming up from SK. And for me, it feels like that Raph is prioritizing more the flares. There's only one scout trap that I can see on the side of SK, and that's in their tri-brush. So, he's using his flares to try and catch them out. And Raph, he's been doing a really good job of using his bulwarks to prevent any kind of cancelling out those movement abilities coming out from Dynasty Gaming right now. But the infusions are coming out. I think Dynasty Gaming, this shows that they're looking for that fight. Mowgli's just hit that level 6.
Mowgli, up in the top brush, will cause a flare to come out, so they will now see that scout trap. It'll be cleared off here in a second. This Dynasty looking for a target. Mowgli has his ultimate ready to go. PT Lamb just continues to find last hits. Kvalifar doing the same thing. Both teammates just kind of waiting in the wings. You can see Tyrus, thinking, I'm ready to go, like, if they engage. And there you go, Mowgli's going to move forward. That was actually the ultimate that's going to be burned off there. So Mowgli not going to have that ultimate ready to go. I thought at first that he was using Grumpy to close the distance and then was going to ult, but nope. Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss, and then Raph also kind of threw out the bulwark as well, which is, just kind of preemptively anticipating the stuffed as well. So that was a nice coming out from Raph. I'm quite a fan of his roam play, his captain play. It feels like he's quite aggressive, and I like his playstyle a lot.
Raph is like Minority Report. He's like pre-crime. He's like, oh, I can see a crime is about to be committed. Here's my Bright Bulwark. And there you go.
Saving lives every single day. Every single day.
Every day. So, okay, how do we expect these next couple of minutes to play out here? And can I mention we're 9 minutes in with 1 kill? I'm starting to kind of get used to this.
I thought you got used to this weeks ago, Humanist. Well, you've been doing North America. I thought you got used to this yesterday, Humanist. Every single game played out like this.
No, I swear to God, the last series, I had time. I recorded myself while casting, and then I took a 30-minute nap, and I just played back the recording, and nobody could tell. I can tell because I was just like, oh, this is rotating.
Rotating.
Up in the lane, they're gonna fight, but not fighting.
Passively farming. I
tease these guys.
Everyone knows. Everyone knows.
Oh my goodness.
How is this gonna play out? Well, the thing is, looking at SK, they want to be forcing their fights in the lane with this Alpha there and her Prime Direct. So there's got a lot of area of effect there, and you've also got Cave Alpha with the Porcupine Morses, which also has area effect damage.
Mowgli's learning. He's adapted. He used Grumpy first, and he's got the stuffs. He's gonna pull Cave Alpha back. Look for the jump jets. Where's the jump jets? Cave All, he's waiting. The Ion Cannon will come down. Big Termination Protocol is gonna connect. 495 damage for the kill. Oh, that always feels good. PT Lamb going down Tyrus. He's gonna come back with his reboot right there. Mowgli gets chunked down. Cave Volfar says, how about that, bud? All the times you called me wrong on Team Secret, you shall pay for that. Cave Volfar takes him down. And SK, they lose Tyrus. But they should be able to put good damage out onto this turret. Riku Meza doing his best to go ahead and defend, but oh, look at little cleave damage coming through. And Riku Meza has to be careful. Turret down! Cave Volfar showing Baron's alright. Raph trolls him out, popping that scout trap there. That'll teach you, Raph. Clear that top brush.
Nah, I want to say, although SK, they were the ones that came off better in that team fight. I feel like the engagement coming from Dynasty was perfect. So Mowgli saw that Cave Alpha uses jump jets, was like, okay, there's no cooldown, there's a cooldown there. This is my opportunity to use my stuff. He did it. But then the response from Raph was to throw out the Arcane Passage so that Cave Alpha was able to escape. He also saw the Iron Cannon coming down as well. So the fact that Cave Alpha was able to escape with just a light armor was pretty darn impressive. Thanks to Raph and thanks to his own response with the Iron Cannon there. But I think that was a really strong engagement coming up from Dynasty Gaming. It's just a shame that they weren't able to pick up the kill there onto Cave Alpha. They just didn't have enough damage there.
Cave All hitting very hard right now. Tension Bow, Sorrow Blade, plus the infusion. Yeah, Dynasty not quite ready for that. It's hard to imagine how to prepare yourself. I go through on my Twitter feed pretty regularly, and like basically like once a day you'll see XL basically tweet out. He's like, well, I bought every armor item in the game, and Baron still one-shot me. And it's just it can feel that way, but they just got to play a little more carefully. He's a very squishy hero. You just got to get on top of him.
Yeah, yes, and they have the possibility to do so. We were saying before, stuffed, ordained. There's a lot, this is the composition that, you can pin down that Baron, you can dive on top of him, take him away from the fight. And the question is, with the Black Feather there, do you have enough burst to take him down? Do you have enough time to just focus him down? Yes, he doesn't have that much defense, but is it enough?
Dude, you just run right past Alpha, just slap him to the side. Hey, Tyrus, we don't really care about you. Just go kill Cave Volfar. Well, it's also a problem, like, when you use stuffed onto Cave Volfar, that's not actually a great target. Especially when the jump jets are overdriven. You're going to pull him back, he's just going to jump jets away. Like, you're not, even if you do catch him, if he's not jump jetting when you try to use stuffed on him. But then nobody can kill him either when he's stuffed. So I think they need to stuff on a different target here. When they engage. Engage on a Cave Volfar, use stuffed onto one of the other targets. Melt him down. Take Raph out. Raph out of the fight. Then laugh at Tyrus as you melt him down as 3.
I think they really just need to kind of separate the members of SK right now. And SK just aren't allowing them to do that. They're just staying very tight formation. Oh, not the arm right now, but normally in a team fight, all 3 members are very close together. Like, it's very difficult to peel them. If you're able to peel them, that's kind of when you're able to separate them. That, this is the potential of Dynasty Gaming, is that if they're able to separate team members, focus on one person, then they can get a kill.
Mowgli trying very hard to contest the mids on his side. It's going to be a fail. Cave Volfar is at 3 weapon items completed here. 3 tier 3 weapon items completed with Tyrant's Monocle plus the level 10 infusion. Honestly, he could pretty much do whatever he wants at this point.
I feel like Dynasty Gaming sense that, and they respect that, and that's why we're not seeing much happening right now. That is all.
That is all.
That is all.
Well, that's going to be all there is for that.
That's all she says.
That's all she wrote.
Oh, I got it wrong.
That's everything in a bag of chips. Cave Volfar dropped down the shop. He's now moving his way back up, ready to go. What did you actually purchase? Oh, he got
Mowgli got an
more
echo.
crit. He got a little more crit. He sold. I don't see what he actually sold. They jump forward. There's gonna be a fight. There's a fight coming out here. Blackfeather, you can't stick to a target if you're dead. Ion Cannon comes down. Mowgli, he's stuffed up. Is it too little, too late? I'd say yes.
Yes.
Prime Directive right over Mowgli's dead corpse as it falls to the ground. Poor Crumshaw. And Tyrus moves forward. He's like, yo, honestly, Bacon, you can talk about Alpha's win rate all you want, but that wasn't me, dude. That wasn't me playing the Alpha. This is how you actually play this hero.
Yeah, PC Land did not stand a chance there when Cave Alpha threw down a few Porcupine Mortars. Just did not have a chance. He has core plates, he has some armor defense there, but in the face of it all, Baron, they're trying to get on top of him. We do see the Echo coming out on Mowgli, so he has that ability to use his stuff twice. But he's also
missed twice. I'm kidding, Mowgli. I love you.
Naughty. But he is also not getting the chance to live, to use it twice because he is getting burst in so much.
Okay. All right. For one moment, you are now the shot caller for Dynasty Gaming. If you lose this game, you're gonna lose your sponsorship. You're gonna not be a pro anymore, and you're done. This is your last game if you lose it. How do you win? What do they do?
How do I win? Right.
He moves in. He's gonna stuff up Raph. This is the first thing Shinji says what the doctor has ordered. Okay, now is it gonna echo this? We're gonna be looking for another, but it's PT Lamb dropping low. Okay, Volifar melts him down. PT Lamb can't live through this fight, and Mowgli, he is completely caught out. Man, Shinji, if you were really the shot caller for this team, they would have just never played another game in their career.
I mean, I would have just made sure Baron just didn't go through and draft.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Dynasty, I'm not going to say, for lack of lost in translation, they were disrespecting the Baron. We've had that problem in the past. But they have let Baron go over to their opponents quite a few times this season.
They have, and I feel like normally they have been able to counter it. I think when you're playing against a team such as SK, they've had a very consistent performance so far. I think they're second place on the table so far, maybe even going up to first after the semifinals. Especially Cave Alpha, his positioning as one of those ranged laners there. It's not a hero that you want to give to Cave Alpha. And
well, it definitely isn't.
I'm not going to say that the game was lost in draft, but it was made so much more difficult as a result of the draft.
Okay, Volifar is going to look to jump over this wall and just smash Riku Meza into the dirt. Here you go, 1-2. Actually, it didn't really hit as hard as I thought it would. A lot of regen also coming out for Riku Meza. There, you're starting to crit. Now you're getting some damage. Mowgli, he's got stuffed. He's going to try to get to the healing platform back here with Raph. Raph, Arcane Passage back. Riku Meza dropping low. They're going to actually put the second stuff onto Tyrus and pull him back completely to the healing platform. Can they take him down up there? Tyrus like, nah, I'm taking Arcane Passage out. It's okay. You got 2 ults. I don't care. I got 2 lives anyway. Plus, I got my boy Raph with the Arcane Passage there. And run SKG as they come through 17 minutes and 40-something seconds, 8-1, and put the hurt down on Dynasty.
It's a pretty commanding game. A very commanding game, actually, and I think it was all Cave Alpha's game. So the thing is, with the comp coming up from Dynasty Gaming, you had the Batiste, you had the Grumpjaw, the Blackfeather, it looked so great, but the thing is, they weren't able to go into range, they weren't able to dive onto Cave Alpha and do any damage, because every time they did